Hello, and welcome to G Fun Facts Online, the podcast where we dive deep into the most fascinating corners of science and discovery. I am your host, and today, we're venturing into a world that's invisible to the naked eye, but holds the key to revolutionizing our future. We're talking about nature's ultimate survivors, microscopic superheroes called Archaea. Imagine life not just surviving, but thriving in places you'd think are completely uninhabitable. Picture boiling hot springs, the crushing pressures of deep-sea vents, or lakes so salty or acidic they'd dissolve most anything else. This isn't science fiction. It's the everyday reality for Archaea, a unique group of single-celled organisms. And their secret? An amazing toolkit of biological catalysts called enzymes, specifically extremozymes, which are as tough and resilient as their hosts. This incredible resilience is now the cornerstone of a super exciting field, Extremophile biotechnology. We're learning to harness these archaea and their super enzymes to tackle industrial processes that demand performance under the most extreme conditions imaginable. For years, many industries have hit a wall. They need to run processes at high temperatures or in very acidic or salty environments. But the conventional enzymes they've been using? Well, they just can't take the heat, or the pH, or the salt. They break down, become useless. But then along came archaeal extremozymes. These natural supercatalysts are built to last. They love the tough conditions, staying stable and active where others fail. This opens up a whole new world of possibilities for industries to become more efficient, more sustainable, and to even develop entirely new ways of making things. So what's the magic behind these super enzymes? It all comes down to their unique molecular structures. Think of them as perfectly engineered microscopic machines. They've evolved clever ways to keep their shape and do their job, even when the environment around them is trying to pull them apart. For instance, enzymes from archaea that love extreme heat, we call them thermophilic, often have more compact, tightly bound structures with special chemical bonds that stop them from unraveling. And those that thrive in super salty conditions, their enzymes are adapted to work perfectly in environments that would normally suck all the water out of other proteins and deactivate them. The impact of these archaeal extremozymes is huge, and it's spreading across almost every industrial sector you can think of. Let's start with greener chemistry and biofuels. Many chemical reactions need high temperatures or nasty solvents. Archaeal enzymes can do the job under these tough conditions, meaning we can use fewer hazardous chemicals and less energy. In biofuel production, for example, heat-loving archaeal enzymes can chop up tough plant material into sugars far more efficiently, which is a game-changer for making next-gen fuels. They can even help us turn salty biomass, stuff usually considered waste, into valuable products. Then there's food processing and detergents. The food industry is loving enzymes that can handle high processing temperatures and pH swings. Think starch processing or making dairy products. And your laundry? Those powerful detergents that get out stubborn stains? Many now contain alkali-stable and heat-tolerant enzymes from archaea that make short work of grease and grime, no matter the wash conditions. Moving on to pharmaceuticals and diagnostics. The stability of archaeal enzymes is a godsend in making medicines, where reactions often need very specific and sometimes extreme conditions. And if you've ever heard of PCR, the technique used to amplify DNA for everything from disease diagnosis to forensic science, you've benefited from archaea. The rockstar enzyme PFU polymerase from an archaeon called Pyrococcus furiosus is super accurate and heat-stable, making PCR incredibly reliable. Archaea are also our planet's tiny cleanup crew in bioremediation. They can break down pollutants in places far too harsh for other microbes. Some can tackle acid mine drainage, others munch on contaminants in salty industrial wastewater, and some can even help detoxify soils and water contaminated with heavy metals. And finally, even the textiles and paper industries are getting an eco-friendly makeover. Archaeal enzymes are being used for things like biostoning denim to give it that cool, worn look without harsh chemicals, de-inking recycled paper, and bleaching, all offering greener alternatives to traditional methods. So how are we finding all these amazing enzymes? The search is getting a turbo boost from some seriously cutting-edge tech. First, there's metagenomics. This allows scientists to study the genetic material directly from environmental samples, like a scoop of soil from a volcano or water from a deep-sea vent. This way, they can discover brand new enzymes from Archaea that we can't even grow in the lab yet, massively expanding our library of potential biocatalysts. And it gets even cooler. Machine learning and artificial intelligence are stepping in. Imagine AI algorithms that can predict how an enzyme will look and what it will do, or guide scientists to tweak an enzyme to make it work even better, say, at even higher temperatures, or with specific chemicals. They can even help design entirely new enzymes from scratch. This partnership between biology and AI is unlocking tools for sustainable industry that are more powerful and precise than ever before. Now, it's not all smooth sailing. There are, of course, some hurdles. Producing these enzymes on a large industrial scale can be tricky. Remember, the archaea themselves often need those extreme conditions to grow, and recreating a boiling hot spring or a super salty lake in a factory isn't cheap or easy. Scientists are smart, though. They're working on strategies like taking the genes for these amazing enzymes from archaea and putting them into more common, easier-to-grow microbes like E. coli or yeast. This can help produce more enzymes at lower cost, although sometimes getting these foreign proteins to fold correctly and work properly can be a bit of a puzzle. But don't worry, the research is relentless. Scientists are constantly improving these production methods, exploring new ways to engineer the proteins, and using synthetic biology to overcome these challenges. The incredible properties of archaea and their enzymes give us a real glimpse into a future where our industries are not just more efficient, but also significantly greener and more sustainable. So there you have it, archaea. These ancient, extremophilic microbes are not just fascinating curiosities of nature. They are powerhouses, and their enzymes are like nature's tiny, incredibly resilient tools. As we continue to explore their world, we're not just discovering new enzymes, we're unlocking nature's ancient secrets to power the industries of tomorrow, making them cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online today. I hope you're as amazed by these microscopic superheroes as I am. Join us next time for more incredible insights into the world around us. Stay curious.